So recently, more and more, it has been brought to my attention, rightfully, that I could be a negative Nancy here on YouTube when it comes to being a gig worker. And I will say that's 100% accurate based on my videos. I have over 240 videos on this channel, and I would say about 70% of them have something nasty to say in the gig economy. And that's not just because negativity sells here on YouTube, but it's because, if I'm going to be honest, people look up the same answer but in different ways here on YouTube. So titles, thumbnails, and overall video changes, but some of the points that I have to add in are the same and they're negative. But a lot of people have also asked me, if I'm that negative towards the gig economy, then why still do deliveries? And the truth of the matter is, there is a lot of benefits when it comes to being a gig worker, such as, for example, scheduling. Now, scheduling is something I've talked about in previous videos numerous times, but I want to go a bit more deeper into it because it's not just the fact that I'm a mother and I have to be there for my son's schedule around school. Let's go a little bit deeper. How many jobs can you wake up in the morning and say, you know what, today I'm going to do full-time hours, tomorrow I'm going to do part-time, the day after that part-time, and maybe the next day full-time? Because the answer to that is basically zero, in my category at least. Now, when it comes to situations like this, you have to go to your manager, you have to talk to them, you have to get approval. It takes weeks for that to be done, and it's normally either one schedule or the other. Either you're doing full-time or you are doing part-time. But as an independent contractor, as a gig worker, delivery driver, or whatever you want to choose to title yourself, you make up that choice. Because the other benefit of being a gig worker is you are your own boss. You get to choose the orders that you want to choose. You get to go where you want to go. And for people that work for themselves, that's definitely a powerful situation to have. And you get to make some money off of doing that. So these are already two benefits that I can definitely name, but what about another? Here's one that has been a huge benefit to me when it comes to being an independent contractor. It is definitely the factor of it's therapeutic. When it's not busy, such as the summertime, I like to be able to decompress. And ways that I can do that is through reading. It's not like therapy nowadays is easy to get, and if you're somebody that needs it, another way you can get it is through books. So what I like to do is throw on the apps here on my dashboard, and I'm just here reading a book. There's always a book in my glove department. And by me being able to do that, I can utilize some downtime. I'll have earbuds. I can have one in my ear. I can listen to my music with the radio off. If I don't want the radio, I can blast my Spotify through my car. There are ways that gig work can be extremely therapeutic. Let's go through scheduling again, because I actually forgot to include it just before. When it comes to being a gig worker, for my lovely students, this job is for you. Because as a student, you could be making minimum wage tied down to specific hours. You are going to be taxed, and you're going to feel like you're having nothing left money-wise. But as a gig worker, you get to target your hours, you get to sign off, you get to sign on. You don't have to deal with taxes until tax time, and if you claim your stuff properly, you will get money back as well, especially since being a student. So because of that, being an independent contractor is way more beneficial than anything else that I can think of. Now, here's another thing. For myself, I know that in my future, I want to open up my own online business. There's no surprise by that. I am an independent contractor that is a content creator that is always online. And so because of this, an online business is the way I want to go. But between scheduling things for my online business, planning, and I will be the one producing everything that I will be making. And yes, the target is for the gig economy, not branded by Dash for Dash in Canada. That is not my goal of merch. But there's a direction I want to go when it comes to gig workers. But anyways, my point is, if I worked for an employer and I needed to down my hours, that would be complex. But I'm a part-time gig worker. I'm a part-time content creator. And with these part-time setups that I currently have, I can make that dream a reality. But if I worked for an employer, do you think that would be something I would be able to do? I don't really think so. I think I would be scrambling. Maybe I might make more money, but there's another benefit to being a gig worker. I talk about things being market-based, and that is the truth. Just because sometimes I make less money than other days does not mean I don't make money. And a lot of independent contractors make mean money by doing what they're doing. So you can be a gig worker, and one of the benefits is you can make a lot of money in your area. Everybody's market is different. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's hours of operation are different. So when it comes to the money aspect, you can't just judge it based on somebody else's experience. You have to go based on your own experience. I mean, being an independent contractor is truly not that bad. And one of my biggest benefits that I get at the end of the day is my customers. Because here's the thing about me. I am actually an introvert. Believe it or not, this job that I'm doing right now, talking to this camera, is the most introverted job I can do. Am I around people right now? No. I'm in my car, everything's off, doors are locked, and I'm talking to a camera. And later on, people will be able to see this. But right now, I'm still by myself. And even then, I'm still by myself. You guys are through a lens. Either way, what I'm getting at is for introverts. If you are an introvert, but you're social like I am, because most jobs nowadays require people, this is the best bet that you can get. You go in, you don't have to communicate too much with the restaurant employees. You get the food, you come out, you go back to your car, and you drop off to the customer. But one of my favorite benefits is the customers, because I can tell you on a number of times, I've had some customers come out and socialize with me, and they have told me that they had a crappy week, and just by me bringing this food to them has made it more beneficial. A lot of the times these customers are not as bad as you think they are. They can be really grateful, really thankful. Some of them even have a cash tip on hand. So when it comes to being a gig worker, there are tons of benefits. And to my experienced gig workers out there who feel the exact same way, I want you to comment below. So what are some of the benefits that you find of being a gig worker, especially if there's some outside of what I just said? List them in the comments below. A lot of people need to know the benefits of being a gig worker, because it's not all about me being a negative Nancy and you seeing that. There's some really good benefits about being a gig worker, and I want you to be able to explore them yourselves, see them in the comments, and enjoy being a gig worker as well.